Hey Fiona, your New Year's gift arrived.
Oh, Sue, hello. It arrived today, didn't it? I hope you all enjoy the chocolates. Happy New Year, by the way.
Yeah. Of course, I appreciate it, and I'll gladly eat them, but why did you only send one box?
What?
You only sent one, right? You know, me, my mom, and my husband all live here, right? Isn't it rude to not send at least 2 or 3 boxes?
I'm sorry. I thought it would be enough for all of you.
You really lack common sense, don't you? I don't mind if it's late, so I'm waiting for a couple more, okay? Oh, and send some beer as well. We just bought some nice meat, and I want a drink while eating it.
I understand. I'll send it all soon.
You owe us that much since we're looking after Mom. Although I think you're kind of taking that for granted. You could show some more gratitude, you know? You don't want me to send her to live with you and your husband, do you? So you should be a little more thankful to us, don't you think?
Yes, I'm sorry I didn't send enough for you all.
If you understand, it's fine. Just show a little more gratitude to us. We moved all the way to this small town to look after her, after all. We really wanted to keep living in our apartment, you know?
Oh, really? I heard moving in with her was your idea.
That's just my mom's pride. She knew you guys would never move in to help her out, even if she asked. Don't you think that's why she never told you what she really felt? Didn't I tell you she often called me to say she's lonely?
Oh yeah, that might be true.
Yeah, Mom's getting older too. She must have been worried about living alone. Her legs are getting weaker too.
If there's anything we can do to help, please let us know. If there's any way we can help her, we would be more than happy to.
Oh, well, in that case, we were actually thinking about getting her a new bed. Could you help out with that a little?
Yeah, of course.
I want to buy a really nice electric bed. It costs about $1,000. So we should split it and pay $500 each?
Okay, got it. I'll talk to my husband.
Thank you. $1,000 was a little expensive, so I wasn't sure if we could afford it.
No, don't worry. Let us do that much, at least.
Well then, I'll send you my bank info soon. Can you send the money before the next week?
Okay, got it.
And if anything else comes up, I'll contact you. So I'll be counting on you then too.
Fiona, hello. I'm so sorry to bother you at work.
Oh, it's been a while. Is something wrong?
There's actually something I want your advice on. I'd really appreciate it if you could spare some time soon.
I have some time now.
Really? Aren't you at work?
Yeah, but it's fine. Don't worry. I'm working from home today, so I can take a break whenever I want. Oh, would you rather talk on the phone?
Do you mind if we keep talking through text? Someone might hear us if we talk on the phone.
Huh? Someone might hear you? Where are you now?
I'm at home. What I wanted to talk to you about was my daughter.
Oh, I see. That's why you can't talk on the phone.
Yes. I feel really bad to bother you about this, but I really can't take this anymore.
What can't you take?
Living with my daughter and her husband. I've been pretending it's all fine until now, but I'm at my limit. The truth is, I'm thinking about leaving this house.
What on earth happened?
It's only been half a year since I started living with them, but they took over my bank account as soon as they moved in. The account my pension goes into, I mean.
Huh?
I had some savings in there too. It seems like they've taken it all.
Is that true? The truth is, a few months ago, Sue talked to me about living with you. She said you wanted them to live with you.
I never said that. I was happy living alone, and I was thinking of moving into an elderly home soon. But then my daughter said she really wants to move in and help me out. I tried to tell her it's fine, but she kept saying she's worried about me living alone. She twisted my arm into letting her and her husband stay here.
Oh, I see. That's how it is.
And her husband Ben has quit 2 jobs in the last 6 months. I heard she's never held down a job for very long, but I think they were having money troubles, so they moved in with me.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea this was going on.
Well, I never told you or your husband about any of this. Of course you wouldn't know. And it's not like we live near each other. And besides, It's a little embarrassing for me to have a problem like this. I thought I should do something about this myself.
And actually, we've sent money to her quite a few times already, too. She always had some reason why she needed the money for your sake.
Huh?
Like to buy an electric bed for you, or to take you on holiday.
I never got any electric bed, and she's never taking me anywhere either. They've been telling me to spend as little as possible too, so I've barely spent any money at all these days.
Really? But they told me they took you to a spa hotel.
Well, the two of them went somewhere recently.
So I guess everything she said was a lie.
I'm so sorry for all the trouble my daughter's caused you. I never would have thought she was going as far as taking money from you two.
By the way, didn't you just say you want to leave that house? If you want to, how about staying at our house for a while?
Huh? Is that really okay? I was actually planning on moving. I'd be grateful if you could just act as a guarantor for me to move into an elderly home.
But isn't the procedure to enter an elderly care home going to take some time? And you haven't even found a care home yet, right?
Yeah, that's true, but
I don't want you to have to stay there until all of that's done. After hearing all of this, I can't let it go on any longer.
thank you. I really can't thank you enough.
No, please. Let me do this much for you at least. I'll fill my husband in as soon as he gets home.
About that, if you tell my son, he's definitely going to want to call his sister. But I would really like to leave this house first, so could you please tell him not to do anything? I thought about contacting him, but I know he can be a little hot-headed, which is why I decided to contact you first.
That's true. Knowing him, he'll want to give her a piece of his mind as soon as he hears about what's going on. I understand. Leave him to me. I'll make arrangements for you to leave that house as soon as possible.
Fiona, you've really done it now. Did you help Mom leave this house?
I know how you've been stealing your mom's money. Of course I'm going to help her escape.
Well, not like I care. It's not like she has any more money anyway. It was pretty tough for the three of us to live off her pension too. It might be a pain to do the housework ourselves now, but whatever.
Don't you feel the least bit guilty? You stole your own mother's savings and pension?
We did her a favor by living with her. Of course we're gonna take over and handle her money for her too.
Isn't she the one who did you two a favor by letting you live with her? If anything, you should have been paying her rent. But you used her money for bills, groceries, and everything else, didn't you?
Hey, you should thank us for keeping a company to an old crone like her.
How could you say such a thing? She's your own mother, isn't she? I really can't believe it. Also, all the money we sent, you used it for yourselves, didn't you? I heard you never bought a bed or anything.
It's fine, isn't it? Even if you ask for it back now, you're not getting a penny from us.
I never asked for it back. In exchange for that, I'd like to ask you to stay away from our family from now on.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Did you think I was gonna go try and get Mom back?
I don't know about that, but anyway, whatever trouble the two of you get yourselves into, we're not gonna save you.
Oh, I think we'll be fine. Anyway, don't worry about giving that old crone back. When we run out of money, we're planning on selling this house anyway. On the other hand, we're pretty grateful you've taken her off our hands.
Is that so? In that case, I have nothing left to say to you.
I guess we're done here then. Well, I guess we'll just go on as we were. Tell my mom and brother not to come back to this house. Don't think of us as family anymore. Fiona! What's the meaning of this?
Sue, what's up? Didn't you say not to contact you anymore?
I never said anything like that. Why are construction workers coming to the house? They said they're knocking it down.
Oh, that's what this is about. So it's going as scheduled. What's the problem?
What? The house is being demolished while we're living here?
Yes. So please, leave as soon as you can, because right now you're trespassing.
What?
That house belongs to your mother. It's completely up to her what to do with her property. Right now, you're basically just squatting there.
But I'm the landlord of this house. My mom's name isn't on the residence certificate anymore, right?
The residence certificate has nothing to do with the ownership of the house, you know?
How would I know that?
Yeah, I thought so. I heard that even after you took over her bank account, you didn't do anything with the property deed. So I thought that might have been the case.
I should really be thanking you guys for being so oblivious. Huh? So what's gonna happen to us now?
Good question. I think it's just your mom's old room being destroyed today, so you should be able to sleep in your room tonight. You'd probably be better off leaving as soon as possible, though, since the room the two of you are using is getting destroyed soon, too.
That's not what I was asking. I'm asking where we're supposed to live now.
Well, how am I supposed to know that? Find somewhere yourselves.
Huh? You're the ones who kicked us out of here. So do something.
Well, even if you say that, I'm pretty sure you said we're not family anymore. Aren't you guys the ones in the wrong? Just staying in a house which doesn't belong to you? As long as you leave our house, we don't really care what you do after that.
You're the worst. How could you be so cruel?
From a long time ago, you guys have been the cruel ones. Stealing your own mother's money and going as far as trying to steal her house too? I don't know how you could do such a thing.
Mom's the one in the wrong.
Huh?
After my husband quit his job, we were struggling for money. But she never sent us any money.
Didn't she actually used to send you money? But you never paid anything back. So she eventually stopped, right? That's what I heard.
Well, that's not our fault. My husband's had bad luck with jobs. All his companies have been awful and underpaying him. And every time he'd leave his job, of course we'd be struggling.
So shouldn't you have started working too? Why should you just keep getting money without lifting a finger yourself? It's not like your mom is an endless pit of money or something.
I have every intention of earning money from now on. I was planning on investing the money from selling the house. But now, you've gone and demolished it.
Invest. Do you even know anything about investing?
I was gonna study.
Oh, I see. Well, for now, go get a job. And start earning enough money for the two of you to support yourselves, at the very least. And then after you've saved enough money, you can try your hand at investing.
We were gonna earn enough to support ourselves by investing the money from the house. So give it back. Even if I cut ties with you, can't you at least give me this old house?
What kind of logic is that? There's really no point even trying to talk to you. Is there? I'm very sorry, but I can't help you. If you don't want to end up on the streets, hurry up and find somewhere to rent. Since the house will be rubble by the end of the week. Do you understand?
Ugh! I can't get in touch with mom or brother either. I want to apologize, so can you just talk to them for me?
I don't think that will be possible.
Who made you their representative anyway? Let me talk to my own family.
Didn't you say not to think of you as family anymore? And besides, you should be grateful I'm even acting as a representative at all. Oh, and by the way, your mom has a new bank account, and her pension is going there now. So no more money's going into the account you stole from her.
Huh? Wait a minute. So what are we supposed to live on now? We've already used all the savings. Don't do this.
That pension was never for you in the first place. What made you think you could just live off of it? You should just be grateful nobody's going after what you've stolen up until now.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault, I know. I want to apologize to Mom. Help me. Fiona, please.
I already told you. That won't be possible. Oh, but your mom and brother did ask me to pass along a message for you. They said they never want to see you again. Since you said they aren't family anymore. That's all. It's what you wanted, right? I gave them a week to leave the house. It was all my husband's idea. He said they would never change or regret their actions unless they were forced to. So he had a friend of his pose as a demolition company and pretend to knock down the house. To be honest, I really couldn't forgive them for using all of my mother-in-law's savings and pension money. But she laughed when I said that and called it a small price to pay. She actually kept all her inheritance money from her own father-in-law in a separate bank account, and they never got their hands on that one. They took the bank card, but they obviously couldn't get to the money with just that, since they don't know the PIN number or anything. I wonder how many times they tried to guess it. But still, we were all pretty relieved to find they left that card behind when they ran away from the house. We got a lot of calls from them after that, but of course, we just ignored them every time. But it's been a while since then, and the phone calls eventually stopped. I tried getting in touch with Sue, but there was no response. I just got a message saying the phone is not in service any longer. I bet she couldn't pay the phone bill either. But whatever happened to her or her husband has nothing to do with us anymore. Even if she was drowning in front of us, I don't think I'd help her. After my mother-in-law moved in with us, we started looking for an elderly care home for her. And on top of that, we've been really busy with selling her old house. Living together sounded a little daunting at first, but it was only for a fixed time period from the start. And my mother-in-law was so nice. It was actually really fun living with her. She'll be moving to the care home from next month, so I want us to make a lot of memories together while she's still here. And I know we'll stay in touch and to keep having a good relationship in the future too.
Hey, Daisy.
Huh? Robert? Why are you texting me? Is there a meeting scheduled for you and Tiffany soon? Do you want to see her?
No, it's not about Tiffany. Are you dating that guy?
What do you mean by dating that guy? What the hell are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, Robert. I don't know what you're talking about. What if I'm dating someone for real? Anyway, I'm single. Don't you find it weird that your ex-husband is asking his ex-wife if she's dating anyone? We didn't even divorce on good terms.
So that's the truth. You're dating your boss. Now I understand why you coldly decided to get a divorce.
Don't speak so casually. You're being unreasonable. I'm not dating my boss.
You're not dating, but the two of you went to see a musical together. It's proof that you're dating. I just don't know when it started. Are you really gonna deny that obvious fact?
Why can't I go to the musical with my coworker?
It was you who told me that women don't go to musicals with men they don't have feelings for. We've been to the theater together many times.
It was just a coincidence. He also likes watching musicals, and his chair is right next to mine. We worked in the same department, so before we entered the auditorium, we sat and talked. That's all.
Coincidence? How could anything in the world be so suspiciously coincidental?
Why not? Can you explain why you and your mistress watched the same play with me when there were 5 different plays at the time? If it's not a coincidence, was it intentional?
But you had a thing with him before. That's why you insisted on getting a divorce, even though I expected you to think again.
Do not blame me. This marriage broke down because of you.
I'm not blaming you. I've seen it firsthand.
Did I hug or touch him intimately? You're the one who embraced your young lover as if you wanted to let everyone in the world know you're having an affair.
It was you who allowed her to move into our house.
You've been racking your brain on how you can move in with her. I've already fulfilled your wish. Are you still dissatisfied? Stop acting like the victim here.
You still won't admit your fault.
What fault?
You had feelings for him, and you two had feelings for each other since before we divorced.
Are we all like that? It may be like one person, hate for another. The grass is always greener on the other side, right, Robert? There's also the whole theory that even though you have a crush on one person, you're still looking for another? Does that sound familiar to you?
Theory?
We broke up, and nothing can be saved. Why do you have to make yourself the scapegoat all the time? You're such a good nitpicker.
You get mad and say you've been cheated on, but I've been cheated on as well.
When did I cheat on you? Speak it, specifically.
You have feelings for your boss, and so does he. So the two of you publicly dated after we filed for divorce. So why am I the only one being tortured for having feelings for someone else? That's not fair.
Did I do that to you? Did I insult or beat you? Or did I scold and force you to admit that you had an affair and even use my money to buy her a car and a house?
You have a crush on someone else. Admit it honestly and apologize to me. Don't deceive yourself. I already have a hunch about this. No wonder he helped you so much in your work.
We have no feelings for each other at all. Yesterday was really just a coincidence.
You want me to believe that nonsense?
I'm not forcing you to believe me, but not everyone is as selfish as you are, that's for sure.
I saw him drive you home after the concert.
You know when I go to the movies, I won't drive. He asked me where to park the car. No, I don't have to explain to you. Why should I explain when there's nothing between us? I have no fault with you.
You don't?
Yes. How many more times do I have to reassure you?
Tomorrow, I'm taking Tiffany home with me. I'll be taking care of her from now on.
Say something that makes sense. She chose to stay with me. You have no right to take her anywhere without my consent.
But you will remarry.
You are the one who'll remarry.
Cindy is a kind-hearted and amicable woman, so she'll devote herself to raising Tiffany to be a good girl.
Is she more dedicated than me? I'm the one who gave birth to Tiffany. How can you take my daughter away from me? And is she really so kind-hearted and amicable? Tell me, is it amicable to seduce a married man 15 years older than you?
Whatever.
Try touching Tiffany again. I certainly won't let you live in peace like now.
I can't let Tiffany grow up with her stepfather.
So what's the difference between living with a stepmother?
Isn't Vanessa still at my house? A grandmother who can take care of my daughter 24/7 is still better than a mother who goes out to work and always goes on business trips.
Does she have the same bloodline? Cindy told me that Vanessa was your first love. That's why you never called her mother. You always called Vanessa rather intimately. Just thinking about you cuddling intimately with her makes me feel sick. Live happily with your old first love and your young mistress.
You're being ridiculous, Daisy. You can't take care of her the way I can. You're always working, always traveling. Tiffany needs stability. She needs a proper home.
Don't you dare tell me what my daughter needs. I am her mother, and I know what's best for her. You are not taking her away from me. Do you hear me?
You think you can stop me, Daisy? You're nothing but a weak, pathetic woman. You couldn't even keep your husband from straying. How do you expect to keep your daughter?
You will not take my daughter away from me. I will fight you tooth and nail, and I will not back down until Tiffany is safe with me.
You're delusional, Daisy. You don't stand a chance.
Stay away from me and don't disrupt my life again. If you try to take my daughter away and subject her to those terrible people, don't blame me for ending your relationship with Tiffany. What have you done to my daughter? I let her hang out with you for one day and now she's in the hospital? How could you leave her here alone like that?
I didn't want to leave her, but Cindy said she was tired, so I drove her home. Besides, I also called you to take care of Tiffany. Don't overreact, okay?
What? Cindy was with you two? Didn't we make a clear agreement that you should never let Tiffany have contact with your mistress? How dare you violate the agreement?
I didn't do it on purpose. Cindy has work nearby, so I happened to bring her in at the same time. It can't be counted as a breach of the agreement.
You left your daughter in the hospital just because your mistress said she was tired? You could have at least waited for me to come. Do you know how serious Tiffany's condition is? She's having a panic attack and a severe allergic reaction. What have you done to my girl?
How could it be that serious? Are you saying that just to prevent me from seeing my daughter again?
Don't think everyone has tricks like you. What did you guys do today? Please tell me everything so I can talk to the doctor to find out why she's so sick. I really can't understand what kind of father you are just to leave her in the hospital and go.
Hey, watch your mouth. What kind of father am I? Do you want to start a fight with me now?
Now is not the time to argue. Tell me what you did and what you fed Tiffany.
Today we went to the amusement park to play. At first, she had fun playing on the wooden swing and eating cotton candy. Everything was going well, but for some reason, when I wanted her to go on the roller coaster, she started crying and refused to go. I had to pick her up and push her into the seat to fasten her seatbelt before she would ride it. You've raised her to be such a weak and fearful child. She's just like her mother.
What? You forced her to ride a roller coaster? How could you do that? She has acrophobia, for God's sake. Just climbing up a treehouse makes her feel dizzy. Why would you make her play a game that could put her life in danger?
What? Acrophobia? How's this the first time I'm hearing about this? Even if that's the case, it's just a mental illness. If she tries it again and again, she'll get used to it, and the illness will naturally disappear.
That makes zero sense, Robert. She's had this condition since she was 5 years old. Don't you remember when she climbed a tree to save a kitten, and she slipped and fell to the ground from a height of 15 feet and was seriously injured? Since then, she's always been afraid of heights. You were there with me when we discussed it, and now you're saying you don't know anything?
I guess that did happen. But you can't blame me. I have so many things to take care of that I can't remember all those little details.
Little details? It's related to your daughter's life, and you call it little details? Did you know that every time she's at that height, she becomes short of breath, nauseous, and cognitively impaired for days? Just a moment ago, while she was in a coma, she was still screaming, "Daddy, I'm scared!"
That's impossible. After the roller coaster ride, she seemed healthy, just a little pale and wobbly. I just thought she was hungry because it was lunchtime, so I bought her a Snickers bar. And for no reason, after eating, she suddenly felt short of breath. She broke out in a rash and she fainted, so I took her to the hospital.
What? A Snickers bar? Did you know that there's a lot of peanut butter in Snickers?
Of course, everyone knows that. It's very delicious.
You have completely lost your mind. Tiffany is allergic to peanuts. You bought her a Snickers bar even though you know she has a peanut allergy? She went into anaphylaxis, and the doctor said that if she had just been 10 minutes late with treatment, she may have never woken up again.
I totally forgot about it. But why didn't she tell me about her allergy when I gave her the Snickers?
That's irresponsible and dangerous. You could have killed her, and now you're trying to blame her for not telling you? She's just 7 years old, Robert. It is possible that she was in shock and panic after getting off the bullet train and ate whatever you gave her without noticing. But it's your responsibility as a parent to remember these things and take care of her.
I didn't mean to harm her. I just forgot about her allergy. And it's not like you reminded me about her illness. How was I supposed to know?
You should have known on your own. It's your job to keep her safe and healthy. I trusted you to take my daughter out, which means you have the responsibility to take care of and protect her. And now she's in the hospital because of your negligence. I can't believe you would do something like this.
Okay, I get it. I messed up. But you have to understand that I'm under a lot of pressure. I have a lot on my plate right now.
What could be more important than your daughter? Your job, your little mistress?
That's not what I meant. But this wouldn't have happened if you hadn't forbidden me from being close to Tiffany. If I had been around her, I would have understood her habits and illnesses. So in order to stop something like this from happening again, I'm gonna take her back to my house after she gets out of the hospital.
What? After everything that's happened? If you still refuse to admit your fault and still find ridiculous reasons to justify your indifference, do you think I'm stupid enough to trust you with my daughter again? Furthermore, up till now, you haven't even asked about Tiffany's condition.
It's not that I don't want to ask. It's just that I haven't had the chance yet. So how's Tiffany now? Is she still in serious condition?
The doctor has just checked and given her some medicine. Now her condition is better. Thank God she's awake now.
So that means she's not in serious condition. If that's the case, I'll be more careful and read the ingredients carefully before giving her anything to eat in the future. Also, I won't let her play games on high anymore. I feel like you're trying to cause trouble so that I can't see my daughter anymore.
You went too far! How dare you make my daughter do such a disgusting thing! You've crossed the line.
What are you talking about? Everything's fine. What's the point of being so mad?
Tiffany told me that ever since you came to the amusement park, you've been making her call Cindy mother. How could you do that? Are you trying to replace me with Cindy step by step? Thankfully, Tiffany is well educated and knows the difference between right and wrong.
So she refused to call a homewrecker who ruined our family her mother. But since she refused your request, you changed your attitude and made her play games that she didn't like, even though she begged you not to. And when Cindy gave her the Snickers bar, Tiffany told her she had allergies. But because she couldn't get Tiffany to call her mom, she forced that Snickers bar into her mouth. You guys are like the devil. Now I understand why you were in such a hurry to leave the hospital.
I can't believe you're accusing me of something so ridiculous. Cindy is very considerate. She would never do such evil things. And I would never try to replace you as Tiffany's mother. I just ask her to do it for fun. And as for games, I was just trying to have some fun with her. I didn't force her to do anything she didn't want to do.
Are you serious right now? You deny everything Tiffany just told me? And you're defending your mistress instead of your own daughter? You're unbelievable.
I'm not denying anything. But I think Tiffany might have misunderstood or exaggerated some things. And you're blowing things out of proportion. And I'm not defending Cindy. I'm just saying she's not capable of doing such things.
How can you say that? Your love for Cindy so blinds you that you're ignoring the fact that she's manipulating our daughter. And you have the nerve to call me crazy when I'm just trying to protect our child from your harmful behavior.
You're overreacting, Daisy. It's not like I'm trying to harm Tiffany. I love her just as much as you do. And Cindy is a good person. She's always been nice to Tiffany.
Nice to Tiffany? She's trying to take my place as her mother and you're letting her. You're supposed to be on our daughter's side, not hers. I can't believe you can't see how wrong this is. You're putting our daughter in danger by letting Cindy get so close to her.
That's not true, Daisy. You're just being paranoid.
You've brought this upon yourself, Robert. I'm done with your lies and excuses. I won't let you hurt my daughter any longer. I'm taking legal action, and you can be damn sure that I'll make sure you never come near Tiffany again.
What? You have no right.
I will take all the medical papers today to sue you for harming my daughter's mental and physical health, and will ask the court for an injunction to ban you from approaching my daughter. And you can bet your bottom dollar that I'll make sure you never come near Tiffany again.
You can't do that. You're just trying to punish me because you're jealous of Cindy. You are being unreasonable.
Unreasonable? You've been manipulating and emotionally abusing my daughter for your own selfish needs. You're the one who's being unreasonable. And don't dare try to blame me for your own mistakes.
But what about Tiffany? You can't just take her away from me. She's my daughter too.
Tiffany made her own decision. She doesn't want to see you or talk to you anymore. You've lost her, Robert.
No, please, Daisy. Please give me another chance to make up for my mistakes. I promise I would never do anything to harm Tiffany. I'll do anything she wants. Please, just believe me one more time.
Your begging won't change anything, Robert. You've caused irreparable damage to our family, and I won't let you hurt us anymore.
Please, Daisy, don't do this. I love Tiffany, and I need to be a part of her life.
Love? Is that what you call emotionally manipulating and abusing your own daughter? You're not fit to be a father, Robert.
I made a mistake, but I'm willing to make it right. Please, just give me another chance.
I've given you too many chances already, Robert, and you've squandered every single one of them. I won't let you hurt Tiffany anymore.
You're being unfair. You're taking my daughter away from me because of one mistake.
One mistake? This isn't just one mistake, Robert. This is so much more emotional abuse and manipulation. You've traumatized Tiffany, and I won't let you do it anymore.
I can change. I can be a better father. Please, just give me one more chance.
I've heard enough, Robert. It's time for you to face the consequences of your actions. I won't let you hurt us anymore. I'm done with you. After that, I followed through with my plan to take legal action against Robert, and with the help of the evidence I had gathered, I was successful in obtaining an injunction to keep him away from Tiffany. Robert, desperate to be a part of his daughter's life, tried to appeal the court's decision, but was ultimately unsuccessful. He lost custody of Tiffany and was forbidden from seeing her, as well as having any contact with her. Then, Robert and Cindy's relationship began to crumble. Without kids, Their bond had weakened, and they began to fight more often. Eventually, Cindy grew tired of Robert's constant pleading to see his daughter and decided to end their relationship. Meanwhile, Tiffany and I moved on with our lives and began to heal from the pain and trauma that Robert had caused us. We formed a strong bond with each other, and I'm very proud of my daughter for standing up for herself and making the difficult decision to cut ties with her father. As time passed, Tiffany continued to thrive, excelling in school and making new friends. I also found love again, and together we built a happy and supportive home for Tiffany.